morning. We're back. Grandpa's back off holiday and we're having a bit of a crop walk, see what's to do. We've got some spraying to do this week. This is the barley, looking mighty fine. Just a bit of insecticide to put on it and something for the grass weed. So we're just looking at, you see a bit of grass in among the barley here. There's a bit patch there, it's probably 2 tram lines worth. So we've got some chemical left over from last year, you can see it all there. It is actually some of it, like that there, it's gone red and they're dying a bit. That's from the preem, so it is working. So we've got a bit of chemical left, enough to do 2 acre, and we're going to come and pick the best spots to spray it out here to get rid of that grass, and because the preem's knocked it, it should sort it out then. And there's a bit of slug damage and a bit of hair damage as well where they've been chewing it off, but overall it's pretty clean apart from that one patch there, so hopefully that'll sort that, and we'll keep going, have a look at the wheat. Really nice morning this morning. So as I said in the last video, got the harrows from Tom, been this morning and got them. I'm going to go down now and have a go, see if we can get this grass dragged about, see what sort of job they make, and then maybe try it on the other horse paddocks, just to, if there's any poo left over, drag that about a bit so it doesn't kill any of the grass where that's been. So yeah, we'll get it filled, get it folded out and see how it goes. So as you can see, it's got all them little tines on it, like going down off the blue bits. But as I drop this down, drop it onto them wheels, and they're just on ground nicely there. And all they're doing is tickling the top, getting that grass, and just dragging it about a bit. So hopefully, it might leave it in piles at ends, but we can come with Manny 2 again and pick it up. Hoping as well that it'll get some of the moss out of the bottom, because it is quite bad for the moss in it. And then possibly in spring we'll spread some grass seed on with the slug pelleter, and then come across, we've got roller and spiker, and once we've spread the grass seed on, we'll roll and aerate it, and then get some fertiliser on it, and hopefully have some really good cuts next year. I think we might be a bit short on grass next year, but we'll see how it goes anyway. And that's, see where I've been there, it's making a pretty nice job. Just, like I said, dragging the grass out of the bottom, spreading it about a bit. So you should be able to see there how much of the grass it's dragging up out of the bottom, and the moss and everything, and bringing it onto the top and dragging it around and spreading it out even. So the theory is, if it's spread out even like that, it will just rot and die into the bottom, and it's not in lumps that'll kill the grass under it. It's nice thin layer on top. Don't know if that is how it will work in practice, but then it might mean, because it's a like spread all over it and it's died and dropped into the bottom, it might be a case of using these again in the spring when we do the grass seeding, just to move it all again. But quite happy without it spreading it about, to be fair, and I'm quite surprised at how much grass there is left. But it is moving the moss as well that's in the bottom of the grass, so hopefully it'll do it some good. So that's this bit done now. You can see it's now sort of an even spread of grass on the top. I'm amazed at how much there actually is left, but it has, just because I've gone that way, you can see I've striped it, I've rode it up that way, so wherever the swaths were and it left it, it has dragged it about up and down and spread it about instead of leaving it in those lines, which was the plan for that. So yeah, it spread it out nicely, striped it nicely, and tickled some of the moss out as well. And then, like I say, hopefully in spring get some seed on it. I'm just going to go do this little bit here, but I'm going to do it at an angle, just to, same again, cross over. I want to be at an angle to where the swath was, just to drag it out and move it about a bit more. So it's not very wide, this bit, it's just that little bit next to where we had the spring barley next year. Just go into there separately. I've done it as 2 different fields. So that's that job done. I'm going to fold it up now and head back up, it's still left a little bit there, but it's spread out better than it was anyway, and the other field is definitely spread out better than it was. So just fold her up now. There it is. And this can go back now to Tom's, and Dad's going to be getting spraying, I think, but it's about dinner time, so I might just grab a sandwich before I take it back. And then I'm going to get the old mower on this tractor and just check it over, make sure everything's alright. Because I think if we're doing another cut, I'm going to use the old mower and just make sure everything works as it should on it, and get a nice video of it working. For if anyone's interested in it, can send some pictures over and video of it working, and do the same when we advertise it. So that's the plan this afternoon. So you should have just seen that my dad is now out spraying. I'm just taking the grass harrows back. Puffs are mucking out and they were just tipping in the field next to where my dad was spraying. So got them in there too. And yeah, I've just been doing a little job to help my mum out. And now taking these and then coming back and getting the old mower on, and we'll have a look around that and see the differences of that compared to the new one and what's changed. Although there isn't that much, it's only little bits and little improvements. So yeah, we'll look at that when we get back. So she needed air in the tyres, and indicator won't work on one side, so just got that working and pump the tyres up. I'm going to get it folded out now and have a check of the belts before I run it up. So I don't want to set it going and snap them all. I'd rather check tensions first. So that's the next job. You can see very similar. They're white instead of black, same with the wheels. A few different bits, got a better pivoting mechanism than the new one on them bits. And then I'll just lift these up. Check the belts. Still full of mucks because of all the washing before it went away. Tension on there. Same on there. On these I've actually got bearings on the tops. So these grease banks grease them bearings, which are sealed bearings on the new one, so you don't have to do that. But them belts are good. Check the other decks. All the belts are good. I'm just going to run her up. I think tomorrow I'll give it all a grease up. For now, I'll just park it up, get everything back into the sheds. I've got some horses to get in. Morning, we are back. First job this morning. Dieseling up, and I'm bluing up on the T6, ready to go out with the new Triumph, with the old Triumph, sorry. So you will have just seen me greasing this, and what you will have noticed, there's a lot more grease nipples on this one. This has got grease nipples for all the pulleys, all the tilt mechanism on it, absolutely everything, whereas the new one is seal bearings everywhere, and it's a lot lower daily maintenance on it, whereas this one needs everything greasing every day. The new one, it's just the roller bearings that need greasing every day. So yeah, a bit longer to keep up to this one, and the back gearbox is leaking a little bit, so I'm going to now check that oil and get it topped up. And you should have seen then as well, Dad were filling the spray up, and he's putting AstroCurb on the oilseed rape, which is going to take out the broadleaf weeds and it's going to knock the grass, and then we'll see what we need to do after that to see if we can get a bit more of a kill on the grass, or whether that sorts it out. So yeah, easy enough to do that. I'm going to check this gearbox. She is greased and full of oil, and why is it? Every gearbox that takes really thick oil, they'll give you the tiniest little hole, and it's all on an angle just to get the oil in. I think we should start a petition to make full-size filler caps on top of little gearboxes that take 80-90 oil, because that was a nightmare. I like to use a straw from the oil siphon and put the funnel on the top of it and then blow it through to get the oil into it. I'm well happy with that. I'd say it's been sat in the shed for that long. All I've done is give it a quick look over, grease up, belt tension and a bit of oil in a gearbox. She's going as good as the day we got her, and that is some years ago. Making a real nice job. So yeah, really happy with that. A lot of leaves about, and hopefully getting this cut done and getting it nice and short will mean that it stays this short of winter, because it's coming cold now. So hopefully after this cut it won't grow too much, and then if it is wet in spring, if we can't get on, we've got a bit of a head start on it then, so we're not starting from sort of this high in spring. It should be already down, so it'll give us a bit more time if it comes wet then. So it should be a good job done by the time we finish with it, and a few schools to do, so get them done. Try and do a bit fruit day this week. There's a bit of rain about at weekend, but might have to do some on a weekend when there's no one around. See people come in there and walk the dogs. Tried to block it with a load of leaves, but I'm walking over it anyway. They're throwing them branches out, so I'll have to jump out and move them. But yeah, really happy with how Trimax is going. Real good bit of kit, really well built. Just seemed pretty bomb-proof, to be fair. Like I say, see how old it is. The bearings on the rollers aren't as good on this one as the new one. We did have a bit of trouble with them over the years, and when the bearing would go, it'd push the shaft from the roller into that sort of outside metal bit there, and it'd wear through that, so I did end up welding a few points on the ends of them, but that did cure it. So it has had a bit of tinkering on it to try and improve it, but it has improved it. And yeah, it's making a real good job, shining it up, and then looking forward to getting it finished this time and give it a real good wash off and any touching up that it needs doing on it, and see what we can get for it. So that's this all done. There's a bit on top, but it's not too bad. And mow's gone really well. So get back to the farm now. More jobs to do. Maybe go out again this aft. Depends how long it takes, because I don't really want to be out in the dark. And probably do a bit more tomorrow with it then. But really happy with how it's gone, and it's made a real nice job. It's all nice and even across it. Back today, a bit annoyed at myself because yesterday we built this shed extension. Ray's just putting some hay in a bag. We'll put this post in and put this post across here, and we're going to sheet it, and I forgot to film any of it, so that is what we got up to, and then we're going to get it sheeted as well, and I will remember to film that. We've all been out grass cutting today, got back, got a bit of time left this afternoon. It's only 3 o'clock, so I'm just going to dig out a bit here, ready to put the first sheet up and hopefully get it up. Might be a bit difficult on my own though. That's one sheet up. It's only got one screw in top though, because the ladder's a bit dodgy. Sun's setting quite nicely. And Dad's just getting money too, so I can get up there, put the top screws in. And then that's one done. I think I'll leave the rest for another day, because all these lights had to come down first. But you get the gist of what's going to be there, what it's going to look like. It'll be a lot better and keep any rain, keep it off that bale. So that's two up, it's getting dark. I've got to take Ellie out into Leeds tonight. It's Saturday, so I'll leave it at that for now. We'll finish that corner off maybe tomorrow or next week. Back to it this morning. It is mucho frio. Just gonna get last sheet cut, and then I think there'll be a sliver to do there. Took them lights down, do it out at the bottom ready, and get one of these out ready to cut. So me and Ellie have just put a haylage bale in for it, and that is the shed all done. We've got this end on it, 3 sheets in there, 2 lights back on the top. We've got it wrapped around and screwed together there, so there's no rain getting in that corner or wind getting behind it. And then we've got the fence back up to stop any horses going that way to the arena. So that's that, jobbed, pretty good job done, and it should last forever because it's pretty strong there, and dogs are playing up bale. So yeah, that's it for this video. That's what we've been up to this week. A bit of all sorts, a bit of grass cutting, a bit of stuff on farm. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next one. And don't forget to like and subscribe.